Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain. Oh! Where'd he go? Where am I? Nobody knows. Am I over here? Or am I over here? Over here, over here. Over here, over here. I have a better idea. Catch. What happened? You need a timeout. This is the best game ever. Hello everyone, my name is Atratzu, and today I'm giving you my thoughts on Mark of the Ninja Remastered. This game was developed by Klei and released in 2018. The original Mark of the Ninja was released in 2012. I played 6 hours of this so far, and originally, like in the original game, I spent 25 hours in total. It was a fun time to return to this game and see what all changed and how I feel about it, if my opinion has changed at all. And yeah, I'm not quite done with this game, but I figured I have enough that I want to make the video on it, and I'll probably get everything else. I'm at an opportune time to demonstrate some fun stuff about Mark of the Ninja and the way that I played. So let's just jump into the game and cover the basics. Let's just jump into Alright, guess you get to see how many levels there are. I actually prefer to start on level 2. I feel like that's when the game is actually kind of getting started. So we're going to talk over all these things in a bit. First, let's just get into the game. We're going to watch this cutscene. The story for Mark of the Ninja, for those that are wondering, is that you are a ninja who has been tattooed. There's a lot of background story about the tattoos, where the ink comes from, and that's where we're going to get here, actually. You're going to get the background information on the ink. So, feels kind of silly to try to paraphrase it when you're going to be seeing it here. A plant that sold to the ninja, it was a kept secret, and they reserve the right to use the ink because it gives the ninja super awesome powers, but they also there it is, the powers will drag you into madness. So that's the price. And there's a lot of really like good stuff about, like, I don't know, philosophically speaking, about just like, you know, all power tends to corruption, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So it's just like there's a lot of good parallels to real life in that. And when watching these cutscenes, I really just love the art of this. I actually did a full-fledged review of Mark of the Ninja back in the day. If you want to watch that, you can definitely watch that. Young Atratzu was so young. But yeah, Mark of the Ninja is just one of those games that I really do enjoy and love. And it's just a really solid 2D platformer. But the story is, again, you're playing as a ninja who's getting tattoos, getting superpowers, and you are after a mercenary group. And that mercenary group has attacked your dojo, and you're in the process of trying to assassinate the leader of the mercenary group. So that is really about as much as the story as you should get going into it. Again, Mark of the Ninja is not a very long game. Even familiar with the game, it took me 6 hours to get through it, and I played a pacifistic run, so I tried to kill as few people as possible, if not nobody, and I tried to play through stealthy. I did eventually use a couple upgrades, but I just kept all the original abilities, all the original items. The only thing I did is I did change which skin I was using. So let's talk about some of the gameplay mechanics, which just kind of become natural to you after a while. So first, user interface. Actually, let's not talk user interface first. Let's talk the controls first. first things first, let's go back here so I can properly demonstrate stuff. You have a choice between using a controller, which I didn't do at all, or a keyboard and mouse. I played with a keyboard and mouse. As you can see, the user interface completely switched over to using a controller. Dang it, it's not showing the buttons right now. Anywho, I played with a keyboard and mouse. And so what we have here is moving around with WASD. You look up with W, you duck with S. There are some things you have to duck under. You move right with D, and you move left with A. And your right click doesn't do anything. Your left click punches. You use Q to throw whichever item is currently equipped, and spacebar to jump. Standard controls. Those are the only things that you really use. You do use your number keys to switch between your abilities or your items that you have equipped. Sometimes some abilities use the right click, but right now no abilities are using the right click. So that's showing you all of your basic controls. Now let's talk about the user interface. There is a lot to take in, especially if you're new to playing a stealth game. If you're familiar with stealth games, this is the game that kind of got me familiar with a lot of the concepts in stealth games. Mark of the Ninja has done very well though. So let's talk about the top left of the screen. These little diamonds are your health, your score, and then you actually have your portrait is actually telling you information. Right now you're in the shadows. If you step into the light, this portrait will change, and then if you're in the light, you can be spotted. So there's a reason why I'm sticking around this guy. Here you see we're in the light now. If this guy turns, he will see us. There. So now we're going to go here and hope that he doesn't see us. He is going to walk over there and be like, "Ha, who was that? We were spotted." So next, this shows whatever item is currently equipped. Darts, you always come with darts by default, and you always get farsight by default. But you unlock items and different powers as you play. So that's just kind of normal for this type of game. So, some stuff to keep in mind here. You can stand in front of him in the dark as far as his cone of sight will let you. So, if we wait here, there. All right, that was whoop. Up. So, a couple things happened there that would be good to know. He saw me for a second, looked up, and then he turned on a flashlight, and that was outside of his cone of vision. And so if he has a flashlight on and he sees you, you're in the light, you're able to be seen. So that is worth remembering. Now there were a couple other interesting things. Let's open this door. Oh, he spotted me. What a surprise. We're not. Uh-oh. So I wanted to demonstrate the detected thing on the side here. Who did that? All right. So now we've been detected. There's a countdown timer. After that timer is done, then we get to go back into a hidden stealth situation. The guards are going to look around for you. Once that timer's out, all right, now he goes back to patrolling, but now you'll notice his flashlight is up, so it got harder. So that's how this game works with its stealth mechanics. Mark of the Ninja is a 2D stealth platformer. And there are a few ways that you can handle situations like this. The hardest thing to do is to try to get through without being spotted at all. And I would recommend that is the way that you want to play the game, because at the end the game will give you a score, and you'll get more points if you don't kill anybody and if you get through a level completely undetected. Now, if you do want to, you can kill enemies. And then, of course, as in most stealth games, hide the body so that no other guards can come across it. So that's just familiar stealth combat mechanics. And I think that'll get people probably set for the most part. Oh, there's one more move that I didn't talk about. The control. So you jump and you can hit control to pause time, and then queue up to 3 different sequences. So Let's see here. Okay, so what we could do is we could jump, we could do this, and then we could do that. But you can't do a third activity. That's gonna take us through the laser, and so then the gun is out, and then the gun went away. Yeah. You also can press tab to bring up your map. I regularly will press tab to kind of get my bearings and to see where the objective is. This marks where you want to get to the next part. These are side objectives that you can get bonus points if you do these. And this is your overall score. If you complete the game, the level with a high enough score, you will get 3 of these seals, or I don't know, yen. These are what you spend to get upgrades and new moves. So they're definitely worthwhile picking up, but it's all like, I don't know, just a lot of extra stuff that you can do, which is fun. Oh, there's another thing I didn't talk about. It's that you run with shift, and when you run, you make noise. When your character's moving around, you will notice this big circle around him. That means you're making racket. So if I throw my kunai, wait for him to look away, and then I'll throw my kunai just here. So he was like, what's that noise? And he might even come in here, actually. Oh. I love toying with the guards in this game, especially considering that, you know, I've played a lot, so I'm pretty familiar with how to just combat in these. And a lot of times I'd get mad and I would just hand-to-hand fight them. When you're starting out, it's really hard. You're actually incredibly strong, but it's hard to know how to fight these characters at first because you're also super vulnerable too. Other worthwhile mechanical things to know is that if you push up against a door or a grate or something, you can look through it. But notice that you can only see a limited amount of vision. So there's a lot of just small mechanics that you need to learn to play Mark of the Ninja well. And it's all these tiny, tiny little things that make this game such an excellent experience. So if I do this, he's going to be like, what's that? And so he's going to look in the grate, and oh, there's the flashlight. Oh, and I made too much noise, so apparently I was detected. Where's that noise coming from? And then we're like, surprise! Get him. Oh, and finisher. Oh, peasant's death. And, ooh, no, body hidden, right click, body hidden. All right, so that should be enough to get people started for the most part. Let's talk a little bit more about what the game has to offer. Let's talk about what's new in Mark of the Ninja Remastered. Some of the stuff that's new in Mark of the Ninja is that it now has 4K resolution, it has high definition audio, and the Dosan DLC is included. I tried to look on Steam to see if I could pick up the old Mark of the Ninja, but I already owned it, and when I do a web browser or something, I can't really tell if you can buy the old Mark of the Ninja or if they're just pushing this one. And I'm a bit of a cynic, and so I recognize that, you know, part of remastering this game is that Klei can then charge a full $19.99 for buying a game that came out a long time ago. But also, I picked up this copy for free because I already owned Mark of the Ninja before they released the remastered version. So, I mean, I don't know. I let other people worry about whether or not a game is in or out of their price. If this game interests you and it's out of your price range, my recommendation is wait for a Steam sale, because there are lots and lots of Steam sales. Or just wait for any other kind of sale from any medium that you might want to pick it up from. So that would be my recommendation with that. As far as the changes, I didn't really notice. I don't have a 4K resolution monitor, and I don't use high definition audio, so I don't really have anything to comment on that. Next up, these are what you start with by default, and as you can see, this is the amount of currency that I can spend on all these different things. You can pick up different techniques, which will make your character more lethal. You can also pick up different distraction items and upgrade those distraction items. Some items will be unlocked until you finish the DLC part of the game. But if you want to ever buy any of these upgrades, for example, cardboard box, that's a classic stunt, right? Now we have unlocked cardboard box, and now if we want to, a unique stealth kill can be performed while hidden under the box. But we're not going to do that right now. Just going to demonstrate that you can unlock that. Now you have styles. Styles you unlock by playing a certain way. So I actually unlocked the Path of Silence really early on, and I played through the rest of the game with the Path of Silence. I like playing with this one because it lets you have 2 distraction items, and I didn't want to kill people in the first place, but you can still kill enemies with just environmental things. But this is fun because it lets you run without drawing attention to yourself. So Path of Silence is really fun. But there's just, you know, for the sake of video stuff, we're just going to stick to the classic, which lets you have 1 distraction item and 1 attack item. So now we have our good old cardboard box in here, and you have 1 attack item, which I haven't unlocked any others, so we have a spike mine. We can jump in. Again, you have these cutscenes, which these cutscenes are so good. You get a lot of good stuff with them, but we're going to skip these for now. And we're going to drop down here, and oh, that's right, we're doing this. There's a lot of good tutorial teaching spots where you can spider dangle, you press down, and then right click, and then you jump to the right, and that is how you get around there. But there's not much else that I want to demonstrate from level to level, actually, because you've kind of seen the majority of what there is in Mark of the Ninja. It's just, there are some different puzzles that you're faced. There's a lot of different collectibles that you can try to find. And that one, all right. And he'll be like, what was that noise? And I'll be like, I don't know what that noise was. Who knows what that noise is? Let's hide this nope, hide this, nope. Hide this body in there. Nope. Can I not hide this body in the dumpster? I thought I could hide this body in the dumpster. I guess not. So we can just Spider-Man walk over here, and then we can drop down here. And this is how I used to play, but this is not nearly as interesting or inspired as stealthing my way around. But that's how I would play. And they teach you a new mechanic. What happens with dogs? As you approach a dog, if you get in their sniffing range, they will sniff you. But you'll get out of here. You will continue to find new challenges with every single level. There are not very many levels. There are about 6 or 7 levels. Each level might take you maybe 45 minutes or so to get through. So again, Mark of the Ninja is a relatively short game, but you can get more out of it, especially after you finish playing the game. You unlock New Game Plus. So let's talk a little bit more about what you have in New Game Plus, because the game does actually change a little bit in New Game Plus. So let's just jump on in here, and let's play with the setup that I want. We are going to skip the cinematic, which is a shame. Don't skip cinematics. They're very good in this game. All right. Oh, and I turned on the subtitles because I was not listening at the time. All right. Now, New Game Plus is pretty significant because they added 1 new mechanic here. Can you tell which mechanic it is? They made it so that you only see in front of you, and everything else around you is blurred out. You can't see. I can't see where I can hear noises. That's represented, but I cannot see what's happening behind me. Moreover, in New Game Plus, they added more enemies that you encounter. So, I didn't do this right. Oh, oh, get out of here. And if I go, nope. Oh, I did it wrong.
Watch out. They're coming this way.
Okay. Everything else is the same for the most part, but there are some more guards, and your vision is more limited. So this game, if you thought the original game was too easy and too fast, playing through it and then playing through it with New Game Plus will definitely give you that experience that you want. If you just wanted to play something casual, I think you can get pretty much everything that you want on the regular game. But New Game Plus will give you a new challenge and more difficult levels because there are more enemies to encounter. And the whole vision element is very difficult, especially you get used to being able to go wherever you want. Just like I get used to being able to sprint whenever I want because I love using this setup.
We could totally sell them to a gallery, and the blood will make them look even more authentic.
Get under that ledge. From there, you can pull yourself up.
Let's see here. Are there any extras around here? This is where an extra collectible would be located. Or I guess it is located. Already gotten that one though. But there are extra collectibles that are all around the level. And like most stealth games, it's a lot of... To play it really correctly, I think, is to probably play really slowly, which isn't always exciting to watch. So, again, I'm not going to play through the whole game, but I am going to demonstrate some of the familiar concepts. A little bit more probably to know about, which you just encounter with stealth games, and you'll appreciate it with like Assassin's Creed and stuff, is how your character will get stuck on stuff. I'm used to just... I go over the door and I press space to go into it. You just get really familiar with it. When I'm trying to jump off something, I push the key the direction away from the door and then space to jump off of it. If I want to go inside something, I don't need to press in a direction. But for this, I need to press in a direction to go out. So again, a lot of it's just, I've just gotten really familiar with the mechanics over time. And I think most people probably will get accustomed to the gameplay with just a little time for the most part. And let's jump on over here. See, there, we didn't see somebody was over there. See that? See that maneuver? Oh, they don't even give you the vision cone here. So they've definitely expected you to be familiar with... Uh-oh. That was a mistake. And I was shot. So they expect you to be pretty familiar with the mechanics at this point. So you need to be careful to look around corners. And we'll just toss that over there.
I think I heard something.
So this guy's going to be a bit of a pain. Oh, I'm using a smoke bomb. All right. Smoke him and then run on through. Oops, we don't want to go there. Drop down here. And now it's teaching you how to do this move. Grab that to get darts. And you've basically seen the first level. The first level is really quick. There are some puzzles in this game. There are some secret bonus rooms that are found in different levels, and they test your understanding of the mechanics in Mark of the Ninja. But yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can play Mark of the Ninja. You can play it where you go through and you kill everybody. You can go through Mark of the Ninja and play it so that you try to kill nobody. You can try to play it so that nobody sees you, which I think is the true way to play Mark of the Ninja. You know, if you're a ninja, you shouldn't be seen. That's just kind of how I feel that it should be done. But, so like... yeah, there's a lot of options for people depending on how you want to play games. This is, I think, one of the finest stealth games I've ever played. It's definitely the best 2D stealth game that I've ever played. So if this game has piqued your interest, hopefully this information has helped you and you know whether or not you're interested in checking out Mark of the Ninja. Otherwise, thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Ooh. Light, dark, light.